Do you think dogs should be judged based on what breed they are? For example, pit bulls. Pit bulls have been judged for many years, and it seems to keep getting worse. Some people are starting to trust them now that they are actually, or since they are actually giving them a chance. But many people still think they are bad dogs based on their past and how they're built. Let's talk about the history of pit bulls and how they're first trained. In the 1800s, the Old English Bulldog was originally used in the British Isles to bait bulls, which meant to pretty much go up to a bull and bite them on the nose for, I don't know really, but to make them mad. And then later on, the British bred the Old English Bulldogs with terriers to create today's pit bull. After breeding the Old English Bulldog with terriers to create the pit bull, the new dogs were used for dogfighting since they are smaller, faster, and could get around easier. In the late 1800s, the stronger the dog, the more well-known they became. So to say, people called them heroes, since they could fight off people, keep them protected, and scare people away. Later in the UK, pit bulls became very trustworthy and gained a good reputation with humans. As the years passed, as immigrants started coming over to America, the immigrants also brought along their pit bulls. As I read, pit bulls were a main part of American history, and they were very important to the homesteaders. The homesteaders used the pit bull to guard their homes, help hunt, and help chase after hogs to keep them away from the home and away from their children. Pit bulls were also very good with children and got the nickname the nanny dog. Since they helped look after the kids, helped get food, helped protect them all the time, they got that nickname since they babysat them. After the years, once bigger cities started to develop, people still love pit bulls for their friendliness, loyalty, bravery, and their hard work. During the 1900s, during World War I, pit bulls were good advertisers. People would hang up pictures with pit bulls on them to symbolize neutrality and bravery. They would also use different breeds of pit bulls to symbolize different countries, like the English Bulldog for Britain and the American Pit Bull Terrier for America. Now let's talk about an instance that changed the pit bull's name forever. After the 1980s, the pit bull name took a turn for the worst. Pit bulls were generally used for dogfighting because of their speed and their broad body form. They were built very big, had muscle, and were small. But they were also used as guard dogs for like drug dealers and gang members, which kind of made people angry about, since they were trained to be mean but protective. Since they were raised to train and protect a certain thing, in 1987, a pit bull attacked a 2-year-old because he came too close to a marijuana plant in California. And after that incident, the pit bull then became a bad dog to society. Now, let's talk about the good things pit bulls have done for people and children. Pit bulls have done many great things, actually, for humans and are not as bad as we would think. The first dog I want to talk about, he took a bullet for his owner. An intruder came up to the dog's owner with a shotgun, and the pit bull went out of his way to save the owner and got hit multiple times by the bullets and needed medical attention. The dog was in critical condition, but he did make it. The other dog that I'm going to talk about, his name was Baby, and this pit bull saved a family and other dogs from a house fire. The flames were shooting down the hallway, Rhonda Westenberger told KOCO in February of 2013. She also said if Baby, the pit bull, hadn't woken Evelyn up, which must have been their little child, I don't think either of us would have come out. So that pit bull, after waking up the family, he later went into the house to save the other 5 dogs that were living in there. And the last pit bull that I want to talk about, his name was Hero. He was a homeless pit bull that saved a woman from a knife attack. July 22nd of 2016, a woman in Baldwin, Georgia, was getting attacked by a man who had a knife. And Hero was a stray dog who roamed the streets and happened to see this incident. He went up to the man, started trying to get him off, and he was able to get the man off the woman, but the dog was stabbed 5 times and was in critical condition. He needed to be rushed to the vet as soon as possible to get an emergency surgery performed on him. 2 local police officers showed up to the scene, took the dog to the vet. He had emergency surgery, which he almost died from. And after this incident, he was named Hero. Pit bulls are not bad dogs. There are so many good stories of them helping us humans out and potentially even saving our lives. Learning that pit bulls are actually good dogs, I hope they give this dog breed a chance and don't judge them based on their past or how it was bred. It isn't fair towards the animal. According to the American Temperament Test Society, 804 pit bull terriers were tested and more than 695 pit bulls passed the test, meaning that 86.4% of pit bulls had a great temperament. The pit bull's test was above that of a golden retriever. So don't judge a dog due to its past. Even some dogs that we think are the best dogs and the best companions sometimes have worse tempers than we believe.